Node.js is a cross-platform runtime environment and library for running JavaScript applications outside the browser. It is used for creating server-side and the network web application. It is open source and free to use. Many of the basic modules of the Node.js are written in JavaScript. Node.js is mostly used to run the real-time server applications. Definition used by its official documentation is as follows. Node.js is a platform built on a Chrome JavaScript runtime for easy building fast and scalable network applications. Node use an event. Here comes again. Node.js is a platform built in Chrome's JavaScript runtime for easily building fast and scalable network applications. Node.js uses an event-driven, non-blocking I/O model that makes it lightweight and efficient, perfect for data-intensive real-time applications that run across the distributed devices. Node.js also provides a rich library, various JavaScript modules simplify the development of the web application. Node.js is equals to runtime environment plus JavaScript libraries. Features of Node.js. The following is the list of some important features of the Node.js makes the first choice of the software architects. Extremely fast. Node.js is built on Google Chrome V8 JavaScript engine, so its library is very fast in code execution. IO input output is asynchronous and event driven. All apps of the Node.js libraries are asynchronous, that is a non-blocking, so a Node.js is based server never waits for an API to return data. The server moves to the next API after calling it, and a notification mechanism of an event of Node.js helps the server to get a responses from the previous API call. It is also a reason that it is very fast. Single thread. Node.js follows a single thread module with the event looping. Highly scalable. Node.js is highly scalable because event mechanisms helps the servers to respond in a non-block way. No buffering. Node.js cuts down the overall processing time while uploading audio and video files. Node.js applications never buffer any data. These applications simply output the data in the chunks. Open source. Node.js has an open source community which has produced many excellent modules to add additional capabilities to Node.js applications. License. Node.js is released under the MIT license. The features of Node.js is extremely fast, input and output is asynchronous and event driven, single threaded, highly scalable, no buffering, open source and license. Different parts of the Node.js. The following diagram specifies some of the important parts of the Node.js: buffer, modules, debugger, console, cluster, add-ons, callback, crypto, error handling, net, global, domain, DNS, streaming. Install Node.js on Windows. To install, setup an environment of the Node.js, you need to follow the two softwares available on your computer. Text editor, Node.js binary installer. Text editor. The text editor is used to type your program. For example, Notepad is uses in Windows. Vim or VI can be used on Windows as well as Linux or Unix. The name and the version of the text editor can be different from the operating systems. The files created with the text editor are called source files and the contain programmer source code. These source files are for Node.js programs are typically named with the extensions JS. Node.js runs time. The source code written in the source file is simply JavaScript. It is interpreted and executed by the Node.js interpreter. How to download Node.js? You can download the latest version of the Node.js installable archive file from the http node.js organization as en/ Node.js. First example, there can be a console based on the based and web based node applications. Node.js consoles based examples: file console example 1.js console.log hello Java T-point, open log.js, Node.js command prompt and run the following code. Node.js console.example.js. Node.js web-based examples. In Node.js, web applications contains the following three parts. Important required modules. The required derivative is used to load a Node.js module. Create a server. You have to establish a server which will listen to client requests similar to Apache HTTP server. Read request and return responses. Server created in the second step will read a HTTP request made by a client, which can be a browser or console, and return the responses. How to create a Node.js web applications? How to create Node.js web applications follows these steps. Important required modules. The first step is to use required directive to load HTTP module and store return the HTTP instance to the to HTTP variable. For example, where HTTP is equals to require HTTP. Create server. In the second step, you have to use a created HTTP instance and call HTTP create server method to create a server instance, and then blind it a port 8081 using the listen method associated with server instance. Pass it a function with request and responses parameters, and write the sample simplification to return hello world. For example, HTTP create server functions request and response slash HTTP HTTP header slash HTTP status 200 dot is to OK. Context type is text or plain. Responses dot write head 200. Content type is equal to text or plain. Send the responses body has hello world. Response the end has hello world. Listen 8081. Console will print the message console.log slash server running at the http://2127.001/8081. 3. Combine step 1 and step 2 together in named file named main.js. Node.js console. The Node.js console module provides a simple debugging console similar to the JavaScript console mechanism provided by web browsers. There are three console methods that are used to write the Node.js streams: console.logs, console.error, console.warn. Node.js console.log. The console.log function is used to display the simple messages on console. Console.log log hello Java T-point opens the command prompt and run the following. Node console.example.js, Node.js prompt, and HTTPS. We can also use the format specifier in log. Console.log function file console to console example2.js console log hello strings.java point. Node.js console error. We can also use the format Node.js console error. The console error function is used to render error message and on console file console example.js. Console error new error the hell this is warning wrong method. Node.js command prompt and run the following code. Node.js console.example. Node.js control warn. The console warn function is used to display the warning messages on console file console example4.js. const name is equals to John. Console.warn don't mess with me. $name don't mess with me. The Node.js command prompt run and the following code. Node.js example4.js name on the don't mess with me John, don't mess with me. I will never mess with you. Node.js REPL. The term REPL stands for the read, eval, print, and loop. It specifies the computer environment like a window, console, or a Linux shell where you can enter the commands and system response with and output in a interactive mode. REPL environment. The Node.js or Node come bundled with REPL environment. Each part of the REPL environment has a specific work. Read. It reads users input bars and the input into the JavaScript data structures and stores in memory. Eval. It takes and evaluates the data structure. Print. It prints the result. Loop. It loops the above command until the user press Ctrl C twice. Node.js simple expression. After starting the REPL node command prompt, put any mathematical expressions. Example greater than 10 plus 20 minus 5 is equals 25. Using variables are used to store values and print later. If you don't use var keyword, then value is stored in the variable and printed. Whereas if var keyword is used, then value is stored but not printed. You can print variables using console.log. A is equals to 50 50, a b is var b is equals to 50, undefined, a plus b 100. Node.js multi-line expressions. Node REPL supports the multi-line expressions like JavaScript. Example, var x is equals to 0. Node.js multi-line expressions. Node REPL supports multi-line expressions like JavaScript. Example, var x is equals to 0, undefined, greater than 2, x plus plus console.log x plus x, while x is less than 10. Node.js is underscore variable. You can also use underscore to the variable get last results. R is equal to S equals to B, var is equal to B is equals to A plus B is equals to 100. Node.js repel commands. Control plus C, it is used to terminate the current command. Control plus C twice it terminates the node repel. Control plus D, it terminates the node repel. For up or down keys is used to see the commands history and modify various commands. Tab key, it specifies the list of current commands. It helps to specify the list of all commands. Break, it is used to exit from the multi-line expressions. Clear, it is used to exit from the multi-line expressions. Break, clear రెండు ఒకటేనా అయితే. Save file name, it saves the current node repel sessions to a file. Load file name, it is used to load file content in the current node repel session. Node.js exit repel, it use control C command twice to come out of the Node.js repel. Node.js package manager. Node package manager provides two main functionalities. It provides online repositories for Node.js packages or modules which are the searchable on search Node.js organization. It also provides command line utility to install the Node.js packages, do version management and dependency management of the Node.js package. The npms comes bundled with the Node.js installables in versions. After that, v0.6.3, you can check the versions by opening Node.js command prompt and typing the following commands: npm version. Installing modules using npm install module name and in uninstalling a module. Npm uninstall express, searching a module. Npm search express. Node.js command line options. There are a wide variety of the command line options in Node.js. These options provided a multi ways to execute scripts and other helpful runtime options. v dash versions, it is used to print the node version. -h help, it is used to print the command line options. -e -eval script, it evaluates the following arguments as the JavaScript. The modules which are predefined in the repel and can also be used in a script. _p _ slash -- print script.